First of all, I need somebody to tell me what we're gonna be doing with so much bronzers. We have another one. It is from Love Yourself Beauty, the No Limits Green Bronzer Stick, $19, and it's made in Taiwan. It's a clean, talc-free, buildable, creamy, and pigmented bronzer. I really like the packaging. It reminds me of the Hourglass foundation stick. Same shape and all. This one is the Hourglass foundation. This is their shape. They even have highlighters and blushes with the same exact packaging. Of course, the one from Love Yourself Beauty is a lot bigger though. This is going to define, sculpt, and warp up your complexion. It's available in 5 shades. I picked up the shade Harmony, which is a medium. Oof. Damn, the formulation, it's super creamy. And then I also picked up the shade Courage, which is a 10. It's a lot darker than medium. The shade 10 looks a little bit more neutral, and the medium one looks a little bit more reddish. But let's be honest, the pigmentation, it's insane. And look how beautiful it glides. Are you peeping that? Look at that. Oh, wow. A little bit goes a long way. I mean, I guess we're gonna have to use both of them, right? One in each side of the face, because I know you guys, and I know y'all want to see both of them on the face. Again, normally I will contour my face before I bronze it up, but we're not gonna be doing that today because I want you to be able to see the actual shade on the skin with nothing at the bottom of it. First, let's see what's up with the shade Medium. I'm not gonna lie though, I do wish that the little tip was a bit smaller. It's like a little bit too bulky for my liking, but still, I like it. And I'm just gonna use a little tip. That's a good thing about it, you know, that you can just play with the shape. Like if I'm gonna contour my nose, I would just use the little tip of it. That was really precise. When it comes to my nose, I'm very picky. I don't like nothing warm. It has to be a bronzer with great undertone. But depending on the bronzer, sometimes it does look good on the nose. So let's see. See, this one is already looking a bit too reddish for the nose. But let's blend it out a little bit more. Alright, so I like it. It looks natural. You just have to make sure you don't apply too much. Let's apply 10 first in this side of the face, and then we blend them out. So there is a big gap between medium and 10. Let's blend medium first. Wow, it blends so fast. Look at that, it melts into the skin. I actually thought that that was gonna be too much, but no. It's so blendable that it melts into the skin, and look at that. Okay, that looks nice. I do have powder on my under eyes, and it's blending beautiful on top of it. I'm bugging out because I did thought that I was gonna have to take some off. It also got green tea extra that helps soothe and hydrate the skin, and it also helps with redness and all that. The shade 10 is for sure a bit too dark for my skin complexion. See? I'm just gonna pick up this clean brush and just blend it out a little bit more. And last but not least, I got Watermelon C Extra that is going to retain the skin moisture, and it's going to make the skin look healthier, more radiant. I am struggling a little bit with the shade 10. It is definitely not for me. I'm just going to blend it a little bit with this brush, and then I'm going to go back with this clean brush from Patrick Ta to just blend it out a little bit more without adding any more product. And then now I'm just blending the edges with my foundation brush. It's looking a lot better. First of all, a little bit goes a long way. You don't have to go bananas like I did, or you're going to struggle like I'm struggling right now. And second of all, the pigmentation, it ain't playing no game. So you have to make sure that the shade that you pick, it's not too dark for your skin complexion. The formulation is very silky, smooth. I love how natural it looks. It's giving me that nice, healthy finish. But it does feel creamy, sticky, a bit tacky. So this is something that I definitely recommend you to set, especially during the summer or if you have oily skin. See, on the skin, once you blend the shades in, you can't really tell which one is which one unless you really stare at them. The shade 10 is a little bit too dark for me, and you can actually see it right here on my forehead a lot more. The shade Medium is the perfect shade for my skin complexion. So now really quick, let's do some comparisons. Let me swatch the shade medium. This one is 10. Here I have this baby from Makeup by Mario on the shade medium dark. It looks a lot like medium. They even have the same undertones and everything. The formulation from the Love Yourself Beauty feels a little bit more creamy than the one from Makeup by Mario. Then I have the shade Truffle from Westman Atelier. It's lighter. This one is a little bit lighter than the ones from Love Yourself Beauty. This one from Rare Beauty that I know it's gonna be so red next to all the other ones. And that's crazy because this Rare Beauty bronzer on the face, it doesn't really look reddish, but when I swatch it, look how red it looks. Let's see what's up with this one from Chanel. This is the shade Universal. And of course, this one is gonna be super light. Then we have the shade Deep. See, the shade Deep from Chanel, it's lighter than the 10 shade from Love Yourself Beauty, and it's also a little bit lighter than the medium shade, and they have different undertones. And this one is the new shade, the medium bronze. See, the medium from Love Yourself Beauty, it is darker than the new medium bronze from Chanel. The formulation of this one from Chanel, it's a lot more lightweight than this one from Love Yourself Beauty. And this one sets. You don't need no powder. You do need to set this formulation because it stays emollient on the skin. So if you don't set it, it's gonna move throughout the day. Even right here on the swatches, look, the ones from Chanel, they're not moving. Like, they're completely set already on the skin. These ones from Love Yourself Beauty, they're not. Look. They even transferred and everything if you don't set it, and they feel sticky. And here we have the new ones from Charlotte Tilbury. A lot of you guys are asking me which one is better, which one you should get, this one from Charlotte Tilbury or this one from Love Yourself Beauty. I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. The formulation of these two bronzers, it is totally different. Formulation of this one from Charlotte Tilbury, it's like a cream, but it kind of sets into like a powder formulation. This one from Love Yourself Beauty is just like a straight up beautiful cream formula. If anything, I recommend you this one from Charlotte Tilbury more if you have oily skin, and this one from Love Yourself Beauty if you have like extra dry skin. The formulation of the one from Charlotte Tilbury, it's actually very similar to this one from Chanel. It's just a little thicker. This one is the shade 10. Let me swatch it right here. Yes, it's right there when it comes to this 10. But this one looks a little bit more neutral than the one from Charlotte Tilbury. And then this one is the shade Fair from Charlotte Tilbury, which is this one right here. It's super great though, but this is the perfect shade for contour. Not much I can honestly say about these bronzers. They're definitely one of the creamiest bronzers out there in the market, that's for sure. It's buttery, it blends like a dream. The pigmentation is A1 if you get your right shade. It's super beginner friendly, but I just don't think it's a must-have. I still wish that the formulation wasn't so emollient and that it set down. I only had them on for about 2 hours and my face is already looking a little bit more shiny, more greasy looking. Imagine if you have oily skin. This formulation without powder is gonna move around, it's gonna transfer, it's not gonna last. I live in Miami, it's super hot, and I cannot go outside with something this creamy without setting it because it's gonna be a mess. I do love the fact that it didn't get patchy, it didn't pick up any of the makeup underneath, it blended beautiful on top of powder. The formulation of this bronzer is chef kiss. Like, I like it, just not for me. And if you're like me, that you don't like to feel nothing greasy, sticky, none of that at all in your skin, then again, I do recommend you this one from Chanel or this one from Charlotte Tilbury a lot more. This is more like a super personal situation. I just don't like super creamy formulations that they stay tacky on the skin. I don't like to feel my skin like that, and sometimes I don't like to apply powder, especially if I'm gonna wear it on bare skin. And with something like this, I will always have to apply powder. Don't forget to let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think about this bronzer? And I love you to the moon and back. Mwah! See you in the next one.